need it, I'll go over the restaurant ratings tab in assignment 7.5 on correlation and regression. So on this one, the first thing that we ask you to do, so where the data comes from is this is actual real reviews of a restaurant in Las Vegas. I won't tell you which one, but it's one of the big ones on the Strip. And these were actual real reviews. And I pulled it off of a website that showed that all the reviews, there were literally hundreds and hundreds of them, but we only chose, I think, about 120 of them for this. And so really quick is we took the review and they did this on whether they liked it or didn't like it. And so liked was either a 0 or a 1. A 0 is they didn't like it. 1 was they liked it. And so there were the star ratings from 1 through 5. And we just wanted to determine, what was going on in this restaurant. And can we predict off of their star rating whether they liked it or didn't like it. And it would seem intuitive, but we'll go through this. So the first thing it asked me to do is create a scatter plot with either liked or disliked, with either liked or star rating on the x-axis and the other on the y, just to see what happens. So in this case, it doesn't matter. So I'll click on liked and shift and then command shift down. And then I will insert scatter plot. And notice over here, I just have some points here and some points here. So I have some points on the 0 and I have some points on the 1 because it goes from 0 to 1. And you could put a trend line on here if you'd like. But I just did this just to show you what would happen. So not every time that you have 2 points do you have a scatter plot that you would use. So in this case, we asked you to run a regression with liked as the Y input and star ratings as the X input. So click on your data tab, go over here into data analysis and regression, choose regression. And anything that you've done here in the past is going to be in your X and Y ranges. So just go in there and delete them to make sure I have the right stuff. And we're going to keep the labels checked because we want to use labels so it labels it for us in our regression. So our Y range is we're trying to figure out, it asks right here, put liked as the Y range. So Y range, put my cursor there, is liked. And shift command or shift control down. And then my X range is the other. So my star rating is my X range, shift command down is my X range. Keep labels and click OK. The other thing that it asks you to do is, so here's my output. It asks us to copy this and paste it over to where we were. So command C, go back here to restaurant ratings, and I'll add that right here next to this so we can just see what's going on. Okay. It says copy the regression summary output from the new sheet and paste it into these instructions, and then answer the questions, fill in the information. So correlation, it tells us our correlation, so we can do Correl. So I'll actually do it both ways. So we'll do equals Correl. Okay, and my array 1 in this case is my liked. And my comma, and it asks me for my array 2. And return, and it's 8.7. It's also multiple R is correlation, so equals multiple R. Okay. My R squared was given to us there, so it's equals R squared. And in this case, I can also do the equation, so equals my correlation, my caret above the 6, which is my square root, and it's 2. And so we see we have these same numbers right here. And 4 decimal points in these. So home, and we'll go down to 4 decimal points. Okay. What's our slope? Our slope is given it to us right here. This 0.313. And I'm just going to take these, because you can also format these. So If I wanted to format those into 4 decimal places just to make it easier to read, we can do that. And I can go down here, my intercept and my star rating is we can go down here and make that 4 decimal points too. So my slope is equals my star rating, that's how much my slope is, return. My intercept equals this negative 0.44. So it starts at a negative number. Now it says write the equation for this formula, for this regression. So liked, which is my y, I'm just putting that in there just so we understand it's the y, equals, okay, my star rating multiplied by 0.3138. Close that. And then we're going to add that to, okay, a negative 0.44. Go up here and do it 4410. Or I could just do as just minus it, but for helping you is y equals mx plus b. So we have our y, our m, our mx. So it should be 0.3138 times our star rating, which is our x, plus our b, which is a negative 44.0. Now it asks, what is the likelihood that a star rating is scored as a like? So equals, okay, and it says a star rating of 3, so our star rating is 3 times 0.3138, and then we add that to a negative 0.4410, return, and what's the likelihood? It's 0.5004, or roughly 50%. So determining on whether a 3 is somebody liked it or somebody disliked it is roughly 50% of the time someone that scored it as a 3 actually kind of liked it, and maybe 50% of the time people that scored it as 3 actually didn't like it. So where does 3 sit on here, as a like or a dislike? Now let me go over the quiz questions for that, so in case you missed it. It says, using the restaurant ratings tab to answer the following question on question number 3, the intercept is a positive 0.4410. That's false. It's actually negative. So our intercept is a negative number there. And the next question was, and we already answered it, is what's the likelihood that a 3-star rating would be considered a negative response? It's 50%, or a positive response, 50%. So hopefully that helped, and that's the restaurant ratings tab for this assignment. Thank you very much.